Hey y'all, welcome back to another speed build or apartment renovation. Today we are renovating 2A Jasmine Suites, the apartment from San Myshuno, and we're just figuring out the floor plan a little bit here. Off to the left you have a really big sort of primary bedroom, and then to the right you have two smaller bedrooms for the kids. Very, very tiny bedrooms, I will say. Lately, I don't know why, but I've been really into cramming as many bedrooms as possible into my apartments. Yeah, sorry about that. So I was thinking that maybe this apartment would house a single parent and two kids. In theory, you could have two parents and maybe three kids, really, if you move stuff around a little bit. I don't recommend it because I feel like this apartment is already going to be really, really cramped, but yeah, you could totally do that. Now I'm working on the sort of living area, and this is like something that I've wanted to do for a really, really long time. That little entertainment center I have there beneath the television, I wanted to, as soon as I saw those wardrobes that came with growing together, I wanted to sort of mesh them together and make a big kind of, I don't know, something. I don't know what to call it, entertainment center, I guess. The couch is also from Growing Together, and I paired it with the armchair from Nifty Knitting, which weirdly went very well with it. They kind of match. I guess they're a little bit of different shades of beige, but it's close enough, in my opinion. I also added a little toy, a little teddy bear there on the floor, because I figure, you know, you're gonna have some toys around with two kids. And I just added a couple decorations up there on the entertainment center. And now we're moving on to the dining space, excuse me. It's kind of the same space. The kitchen, living, and dining area are quite cramped together, but I think I make it work quite well. We're going with a lot of growing together. We're going with a lot of growing together. That's kind of a tongue twister. We are going with a lot of growing together in this build. The dining table and the chairs are all from that pack. I went ahead and got a sort of wall decor piece from, what is that from? The interior design one, Dream Home Decorator. I went ahead and grabbed two wall decor pieces from Dream Home Decorator, and I put them above the dining table as a bit of wall art. You may have noticed that I went ahead and introduced a second wallpaper as well. When I first started decorating, I went with a light brick from Cottage Living, but now I've introduced this sort of normal wallpaper from Parenthood. Sorry, I remember where it's from, it just takes me a second. But that was just because I felt like the brick was a bit too much all over, and I kind of wanted it more as an accent wall. So yeah, and now we're moving on to the kitchen area. I went with these base game cabinets. I felt like they went pretty well with this build, with this apartment. They're not, I don't want to say they're dated, but they're just not super ultra modern. They're a little bit more like classic look, so I thought that would be perfect for this apartment. I went sort of the same way with the appliances, the fridge and the stove. They're both base game, and they're not like stainless steel or anything. They're just like basic, nothing special, and I felt like that was the vibes for this apartment. And then I went ahead and put the sink under the window, which is another thing you may have noticed. All the windows are placed in their original positioning for this apartment. I know that recently we had an update where now you can move the windows around as you like in the apartments, which is huge. I love that. That's amazing. The reason why I didn't do that for this build is because this is actually another very old build. Took a break from The Sims for a while, but I'm back now. So I wanted to make a video out of this apartment because I'd previously built it, like it was finished in its entirety quite a while ago, but I just really wanted to make a video out of it because I really liked the way that it turned out, so I went ahead and rebuilt it. So if you're wondering why I'm so fast and not as indecisive as usual in this build video, it's because I'm recreating an apartment that I'd already made, so it made a lot of the decision making a lot easier. I know I'm usually like very, very back and forth and trying different things and switching them out, and that's how everyone builds, I think, more or less. Maybe if you're super skilled you don't do that, but that's how I build. Even in my regular build videos, I always find myself editing out a lot of like back and forth and stuff, and Anyway, here we are working on the bedrooms finally. This one is for an infant. So I went ahead and grabbed this really, really pale blue, beautiful wallpaper from the base game that I love so much. And I got the pale blue, not bassinet, the pale blue crib and the pale blue, changing station. Sorry, I keep forgetting my words. Just because I really, really love that color scheme. The base game has a lot of that. And then I combined it with these really beautiful, like, pinky curtains from Cats and Dogs. And I don't know if you noticed, but I put a butterfly painting above the crib, and it kind of has both of those colors, you know? It has like the pale blue and the pink. So yeah, that's probably my favorite part of this build, is that little nursery area. Well, actually, I really like the living area too. I'm kind of torn. But here we are working on the second bedroom. This one is for a child sim. And like I was saying earlier, if you wanted to add another sim into this bedroom, you totally could. You just have to add a bed below that bunk bed. Again, I don't recommend it. This is like the smallest bedroom. I went ahead and based this room's color scheme on that base game bed. Sorry, not base game, Growing Together bed. The one that has all the dinosaurs on it. I think it's really, really cute. But yeah, so it's mostly blue, but it has some orange accents as well. So I kind of took that and ran with it. I got that round base game rug that's just like plain colors. I never ever use it, but for this bedroom it actually fit quite nicely, and I chose the orange swatch. And yeah, now we're just adding a desk underneath the bed. Again, you could switch that out for another bunk bed or for another bed if you wanted to, but yeah. And this is the one and only bathroom. I started by placing down some plain white tiles from the Spa Day pack, but I ended up switching those out because they didn't go quite well with the wallpaper. In the end, I go with, this is a shocker, Growing Together walls and flooring here. So yeah, a lot of Growing Together. I think when I originally made this build, all of this stuff was very new. It had just come out, and so that's probably a big part of why there's so much of it. But it's just great stuff, you know? It's just great. I'm glad that we got so much cool stuff in the Growing Together pack. And there, if you just saw that, I went ahead and switched out one of the decorations in the kids' room because I just thought the newer one would be more fun. And then here we are adding a last painting to the bathroom and moving on into the primary bedroom. So I went with a base game bed. I thought it was really, really cute. This is like my favorite bed in the whole game, I think, just because it's so simple, but like comes in a lot of really nice swatches. But yeah, I went ahead and got black curtains as well, and then a fun rug underneath of the bed. That is actually 2 rugs combined together. They're from City Living, I believe. And yeah, I added one bedside table because in my kind of imagination, there was only one parent living here, but you could really easily add another one to the other side. It's a bit of an awkward angle just because, you know, the way the wall is shaped, but I think it still works nicely. And here I am adding 2 little poofs from the Tiny Living pack, and we're going to add another desk here. I go ahead and add a little laptop on this desk. And do you guys know that glitch where no matter what you do, your Sims won't use the computer? That was happening to me when I was playtesting this build, but don't worry, if you have your Sims sit down, like at the chair first, and then use the computer, it works totally fine. I couldn't really figure out what was getting in the way there, but yeah. Now I'm just adding some last little details, but we're coming to the end of this speed build, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave all the information in the description of how to download it if you want. Thank you, bye!